Hey everybody, how are you? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm back with another video, one of these rare videos that I make, and that is on a smartwatch. I am very excited. Came home today and this thing came in the mail. So I am gonna do a video on this thing. It's not a review video. I am not qualified to do that. There's a lot more people that's on YouTube are much more qualified than I am. They already have these videos out, but rather I want to make a video on to see if this watch actually does the things that I wanted to do, because I needed some these health apps. And if anybody watched my previous video on the Pixel Watch 2, I talked about the features that I wanted. Also, it's not going to be a scientific review. I certainly do not have the scientific knowledge to make any of these assessments. It's just going to be a functionality video that's going to be comparing to a couple of the features, like the main feature on these watches that I'm looking for is the ECG. Number two is the heart rate monitor that is continuous and it's going to run 24/7 even when I'm sleeping. Number three is the SPO2, the oxygen sensor. Number four, a very important feature, is the long battery life. I do not want to be charging this thing every day and not expecting it to get through the day. And that's the reason why I actually returned the Pixel 2 watch. It says that I get 24 hours, but I do not get 24 hours. If you add your exercise feature as well as the other stuff in it, I got probably about 18 hours, and sometimes, you just don't come home on, every night at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. Sometimes, I go out for dinner or something and I don't make it home till, 9 or 10. The watch will be dead before that. So that's what I'm looking for, is a longer battery life. Disclaimer, I am not a medical professional and nor I am a electronic professional. I am not making this review. This is purely looking for functionalities and features that I wanted to kind of, give me a baseline of, my health conditions, and hopefully gonna help me make the decision on what to do, go see a doctor and all that stuff. Everything that I talked about in these health features are purely my own needs, my own wants. If you have any medical conditions, please talk to your doctor. These health apps are not to be used in replacement of your doctor's advice or diagnosis. So if you have any issues, any conditions, make sure you go call your doctor, you go see your doctor, and they can give you the best diagnosis there is. For me, having these apps just give me a baseline of trying to make the decision of what I need to do. I need to call my doctor, tell him, it's this and that. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, because I do have a couple of, health conditions. So let's get this unboxed. I talked enough, but this thing's sitting here idle. Wow. Look at this thing. I've seen it on the website, but seeing it personally, it looks very elegant. And this is what it came in the box. Now, I do have to say, the black one, they do have a black one. It looks more elegant than this white one. The reason why I select the white one is because I had one too many of these black one. This is my Fitbit. It can no longer boot up. It's actually a very good watch. This has a 7-day battery, which I really like. It's a Google owned brand name now, and kind of go figure. The Pixel watch that they have could not last for a day, and this thing can last 7 days. They bought this company, although it's a different OS. It's not the Wear OS. It's different. This guy can last 7 days with the heart rate monitor on constantly. The only thing this thing does not have is a SPO2 on demand. I cannot trigger the SPO2. The SPO2 on this guy only measures the average at night and the morning. And then I have this guy. That's the Murray Fitz. It's an okay watch. I mean, it's not exactly these higher brands, like Apple's and all this stuff. It's actually decent. This has the on-demand SPO2, but this guy does not do 24/7 heart rate monitor. It triggers every 30 seconds or a minute. That's why this thing can go 10 days. But what I'm looking for is a watch that can last me for all these days, and I don't have to do anything. I don't have to charge it every single day. And it gives me the features that I need. And look at this. I guess this is the charger. This is where the USB, just regular USB-C cable. And this is the watch. Let me see. Oh, actually opens up. Duh. Oh, wow. Actually, it's got some juice. Okay, that's great. It's gonna try to get set up. In regards to the hardware itself, it's actually quite heavy. It looks very solid, feels very solid. And these are the sensors, a lot of sensors down on the bottom here. And I'm sure if you look into other people's review, they can give you a more breakdown details of what it is. Now, this watch is, what do you call this? It's a half smartwatch, or is it a half not so smartwatch? I don't know. This is a physical analog watch. I like analog watch. I really do. It's really elegant. I mean, look at that. I really do. And even with this, I have analog faces. I love analog watch. The only thing that this thing does not have right off the bat, and let's get those out of the way, is first of all, it has a smaller screen. I am not young anymore. It's kind of a little bit hard to see. Second, it does not have built-in GPS, which I don't think it really matters. It's okay if there is. It's just like a bonus, because most of the time I will have my watch with me anyway. I mean, not my watch, my phone with me anyway. Because if I'm doing exercise, walking, biking, I would have my phone. I do not leave my phone at home. The third thing is phone calls. You cannot pick up phone calls from here. And like I said, it just does not have a big screen, and it's not all digital. The bigger portion of this watch is actually more analog. Now, this is what they call the hybrid watch, half electronic and half gasoline. No, I'm kidding. Half analog. This is the Scanwatch 2, the second version, which should be a whole lot better than the first version. So I think the charging feature is like this, and plug this into a USB port. I don't know how much battery it is until I hook this up to connect this to my phone. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll come back. So let me launch this. This is the Withing Health app. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try to get this thing connected. So watch. This is Scanwatch 2. Install, allow. I see setup. I'm trying to connect to Bluetooth automatically. Looking for the Scanwatch. And detected. Paired. And it's getting all the updates that it needs. Brand new watch. Of course, it's going to need the update. The hands of the watch are pointed up. Yes. Is it displaying the right time? 8:43. Yes. So it just detected my heart rate. So you gotta push the crown to wake it up, and then the crown will basically rotate to get the other features. Okay, to take the ECG, looks like the instruction, you gotta get the crown to ECG, like this, and then gonna cover this with the hand. That's counting 30 seconds. And that's done. The result. So once you finish capturing the ECG, you can access the app and you can access the result from here. You can see this rhythm here, or down here. You can actually export that to a file. And here's the actual file that you can actually save and download. I believe they also have a subscription that you can actually send it to your doctor here. So actually that's a very good feature. Start the SPO2 here. But I still want to do my SPO2. I'm going to try to see if I can work it against this. It's just putting my hand on the screen. Right now that's my SPO2 saturation is 98 on the finger device. I have to relax, give myself relax. $96, $97, and it's still very good. This is actually what I really wanted, is I can initiate my oxygen saturation any given time. I can't do that on my Fitbit, which is, I don't know, terrible. Considering I do have a little bit of a lung issue, I would love to track my oxygens at any given time I want if I'm feeling short of breath, as well as work, exercising, all that stuff. It is very helpful as well. So yeah, so far it seems to be pretty accurate with the oxygen, and I know some people have done these scientific results on the internet, and you can check that out on YouTube. It tells you this actually is a pretty accurate watch. So yeah, I'm really loving it right now. Once you finish taking your oxygen saturation, you can find a result here in the app. This will give you an average like for the day here. Just taking one that is at 97%, and I just took another one 85%. Sometimes it could be a misread. I'm not having any issues at the moment. And then you get your average daily, which you kind of average out even with the bad readings. So like the other one I have at 85%, it's a little bad reading. As long as I'm not feeling anything bad, I'm feeling okay. So generally I'm actually just fine. So knowing the result, even with a misread, you can read it again and get the right result. But definitely if you're not feeling right, contact your doctor. If you take the result a few times, you're doing it right, and you're getting a low number, I would suggest you actually talk to your doctor about that. Other thing I want to compare is the heart rate. So I'm getting 79 on the watch and 81, 82 in this finger device. So it's as close, pretty much as close as I can get. It looks like it's very accurate. So far, so good. I'm gonna set this to work out. Cycling, walking. Okay, let's go. I just wanted to see, how your heart rate and everything else, like the steps and all that. GPS is probably not going to be very accurate. Well, actually, there's no GPS with this guy, so it's utilizing the GPS from the phone. So that's not going to be a relation to the watch itself. But we'll see all the other numbers. So let's go. It's a beautiful park to walk in. Daylight saving just changed. Okay, I'm done with my walk. Looks like that's the pause, and the one that down here is the finish. The little screen is a little hard to see, especially it looks like it's an LCD. I'm kind of seeing the flicker on the watch. 32 minutes is my walk. Oh, it also buzzed at the 30-minute mark, so I presume every 30 minutes it kind of gives you a little feedback that you hit the 30-minute mark. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna take a look at the numbers on the on the app. Okay, so I just got done with the walk, and let's see what the numbers are on the walking here. Okay, 32 minutes and 48 seconds, and this is the GPS. It kind of shows you where I started and where I ended. Went around the park. I had that little loop here and went out the other side. The GPS, like I said, it utilized the phone's GPS. The numbers here. Heart rate. Oh, okay. Show the heart rate. Went up as high as I guess 130-ish probably. And I dropped at 85. That's probably not right. Heart rate zone. Oh, you got all these numbers on here, and then you got the temperature. Oh, a lot of information. So that's pretty cool. Hey, welcome back. Hope everybody's doing well. So, hey, I finally got a chance to work with this thing, and I'm going to finish the video. So it's been about 4 months I have this guy here with me. And in general, most of the time, it's been doing very well. There are some little hiccups here and there, and I'm going to go over these with you. So, generally for the most part, all these monitors, all these settings, the battery's been working out okay, but it's been working out quite well. I'm not getting 30 days, so like, what they said. I guess, when they said 30 days, you probably have to have everything off. I'm getting roughly about 10 days-ish with everything on. Heart monitor at constant, and then I sleep with the watch, so everything's keeping on monitor. So the battery part, I'm actually happy with it. It's one of the most important things for me is I really do not want to charge batteries every single day like all the other watches. Secondly, the ECG works really well. It takes the monitor, you sit down, you set the ECG, and then you keep yourself calm. It'll take a 30-second ECG, and then it records it into the computer. You can output that message. You can use that to send it to your doctor, whatever, to do some evaluation with it. So that's quite well. It's working out very good. The heart rate monitor, it's been quite accurate, and I use it quite a bit. I use it all the time. It's been running constantly, and anxieties and all that stuff, sometimes they trigger my heart rate, and when I use that to kind of like get a baseline of what my heart rate is. And when I'm not feeling well and that heart rate is going up a little, then sometimes I would probably need to take a medicine to kind of calm myself down, as well as when I'm exercising, and it kind of goes with all the other watches as well. There's no difference. The heart rate, exercise, your heart rate will go up. So it's kind of like dial back if if I can't handle the super high heart rate. So this is working out quite well. SPO2, yeah, SPO2 on demand works out very well. I can check my SPO2, my oxygen at any time I wanted to. It takes 30 seconds as well, and then once you take 30 seconds, then it's gonna record it on your app, and you can keep that as a record and then show your doctor whenever you wanted to. So that works out quite well. Notifications that you set on your computer, on your phone, whatever you want to set, any kind of app that has notification, you can set it to here, and it will buzz your hand. The bad thing, sometimes actually it vibrates a little bit too strong. It probably a little more stronger than you need, and I guess the stronger it vibrates, the more battery it takes. So they could dial down a little bit on this, but other than that, all the other notification comes in pretty quickly. As soon as you get it on your phone, this thing will get it immediately. And the other great thing about this thing is it's pretty slick. Analog faces on there, and then this little digital clock that tells you, it tells you all these little notifications from your digital phone. So yeah, I love these analog watches. It kind of makes it like a classic watch that you get from, before. So that is a plus on my. So now I kind of cover all the pros of this watch. There are a bit of cons, the negative side of this watch that I want to actually want to cover as well. Now, so with beauty, it comes in with some sacrifice as well. So I mean, as beautiful as the watch looks, it has a little tiny little LCD screen, and it is only LCD. That's why the resolution is actually not that great. And being such small little LCD, the characters in there is quite small. And I am getting older. It's getting a little bit hard to read the notifications or even see these letters. And sometimes I need to wear reading glasses, but I don't have my reading glasses at all times. So it is a small little LCD. Unlike those full screen LCDs, you can get a much bigger view, much bigger letters, much bigger characters. You can see it much more clearly. So yeah, this is a little bit hard to see. So another bad thing about this watch, since it's not LCD, it's not a touchscreen. So where the touchscreen, the problem is that this little crown is the only function knob. This function knob is great because you can easily access all the features in here, but at the same time, it is very sensitive. It's so easy to trigger the functions in here. I have to turn off the one touch exercise function because a lot of times when I put my hand in the pocket, it pushes in and then it starts my exercise. And in regards to the screen is not being a touch screen, and this is the only function key there is, or the function knob. If the screen kind of hangs up or freezes, there's no other way of initiating any kind of features or functions without this thing. If this thing fails, then I guess this whole watch is pretty much gone. It's like a one feature that can pretty much kill your watch. The one more thing that this watch actually it was working very well until recently. When I first got it a few months ago, it works well, and that's the GPS and the step count feature. The step count feature when I had it 2 months ago, 3 months ago, it works quite well. It's doing all my step counts on a daily basis, and I'm averaging maybe about 8,000 step, including maybe a mile or two walking. And it also tracks everything else, all these heart rate monitor as well as everything else. And then the GPS will track my routes wherever I walk without having to do anything with the phone. Now this thing does not have built-in GPS, so it uses the telephone assist GPS, attached GPS from the phone. But I did not have to open up the app, the Withing app on the phone to do that. I just initiate my exercise here, the walking or the biking or the hiking. I just initiate whatever I'm doing on my watch here, and it starts counting and tracking the GPS of the routes that where I'm going. Like this is all good from when I just got this watch up till I to be honest, up till when I don't know, because I had surgery about 3 months ago, and since I had my surgery, I haven't been able to go do my exercise. And then when I started getting back on, moving and doing my walking exercise as part of the therapy for my recovery from the surgery, I had a hip surgery, so it's a major surgery, so I can't really just go out and walk a whole lot. But I am starting to I got back into walking a little bit, maybe about a month and a half ago, and since then I do the same thing as what I used to do before my surgery. I just go out and initiate my walking from my watch. So I start walking just around my block, and not too long. And when I walked the block, I came back and I looked at the watch. I said, how come my step count is not there? I only have like 300 steps or 200 steps a day. Well, it's not odd because I haven't been walking that much. But the whole block that I walk, it's more than 1,000 steps. It's probably about 1,500 steps. And those step counts will not factor into into my step counts. That walk was not factored into my step counts. And then technically, when I initiate the walk here and when I walk outside, the GPS kicks in pretty quickly, and it tracks my route. And even if I walk just around the block, it has the route, the walking around it. So 2 months ago, 3 months ago, before my surgery, when I just bought the watch, it was doing well, and I show you these data. I've been walking outside in the parks and other areas. It added to my step count. As you can see, there's some days that I have over 10,000 steps, and I have a couple of miles or 3 miles walk. Those are factored into the step count. But like I said, recently after my surgery, and I don't know when this happened, and I don't know what happened to the watch. Maybe because they're doing some upgrade that didn't go right. Whatever it is not tracking my steps. And if I initiate the exercise from the watch, and if I don't turn on the app from the phone, it does not track my routes. So I have to initiate the walk from here, and then I have to open up the app from my phone, the Withing app, and then it will say GPS is on. And then when I walk, I can see the distance walk that starts counting. But if I don't do that, if you look at some of these data, and I'll show you. I just did my regular walking a little bit earlier, and as you can see, the steps here is 2,000. That's just kind of low for the walking, and I purposely did not turn on this app. So as you can see, the walking here, it does not show my mapping. I have the same amount of distance as yesterday, and yesterday you see the map. So it is showing me on the GPS here. But today, yeah, I did not turn on the app, so it's not showing me the GPS information. My walking is about the same, about 30 minutes today and yesterday as well. You can see 30 minutes the duration here, 1.7 mile. It's not showing me the mileage today, 32 minutes walking, and it only clocked in 0.16 of a mile. So yeah, there's something wrong with the GPS. If I don't turn on this app, the GPS assist is not turned on by just activating the exercise feature from the watch only. It's not there. The routes is not there. But the time walk, you can see the time walk is there, but it's not tracking the distance. So if I don't have the apps on, it doesn't track the GPS. It's not kicking the GPS on the phone. And it's not factoring in my steps as well. And even when I have the apps on and the GPS route is plotting, the GPS is plotting, it's not adding to my steps. So I have a mile, 1 point something mile walk. That should be around 2,000 something steps. And I'm a short person, and the step counts is based on your heights, and that's how they factor in approximately how many steps for you to take in a mile or so. So in order, for me as a smaller guy, I should be taking more than 2,000 steps for a mile. So I probably have about 2,500 per mile for me. But it's not factoring in there. Just like today, I'm only showing 2,000 steps because I have gone to shopping and all that other stuff that I was walking inside of Ross and Burlington and all other stuff. So that would get me into a couple thousand steps already. So yeah, it's not counting my steps. So that's my issue with the phone, and getting a little bit frustrating. I messaged Withing, support. It's a pain on the butt too, because they don't have a phone number to call, and then you have to go through all these their FAQs before they actually have a contact on the area on the bottom, and then you click on it. And on the weekdays you can chat with them, or you can send them an email, and that's how they open up a ticket for you. It's pretty hard to contact their support. And honestly, I was not getting the the feedbacks in fast enough to for me to be trying to troubleshoot. I messaged the phone. I've been on the chat with one of the support person, and I guess it was actually a known feature, and he said that ticket has been submitted to the higher development people, or that issue has already been submitted, but they do not have an ETA on when they're going to get that fixed. Withing is actually one of the better companies out there, and actually it's probably one of the 5 or 6 actual health monitor, digital monitor watches out there, and with the ECG. And in order for any watch to have the actual ECG feature, I guess they have to actually submit an approval from some health department to get an okay for them to put in the actual health monitor, because not every watch can have it. There's only a few companies like like this watch, the Apple Watch, the Samsung Watch, one of the Garmin's, and a Fitbit is all that pretty much I know that have the actual ECG. The rest of the other do not have an ECG. And this company, they do a lot of stuff for health monitoring and keeping track of the body functions and all that stuff. If you look into their website, they have quite a bit of stuff. So I'm pretty sure they're going to get it fixed. I just don't know when. It's getting a little bit frustrating for me, because so the purpose of me getting this watch is, as I mentioned, is to help me kind of keep track of all the, a baseline of the health needs. I don't really buy a smartwatch just for the heck of it, because I have a specific need for these health conditions, and particularly like right now, I had a surgery, and then I need to kind of monitor how many steps I take, how far I walk. And my doctor do not want me to just push it too much, and I cannot push it too much. I need to kind of gradually increase on my walking and all that stuff. So and I want to use this just to keep track of everything that I'm doing, how many steps I'm walking on a daily basis, and kind of improve and increase on there. And it's not been doing that for me recently, so it's getting me a little bit frustrated that a watch was supposed to do all these health purposes not functioning the way it should be. So that is the one aspect I'm just getting a little bit frustrated recently, and I'm hoping they're going to get that fixed pretty soon. But other than that, I really like the watch. It's quite beautiful, and the battery part is really what I like. I don't have to charge it every day. It's very important, because if I'm sleeping with it, when am I going to get the chance to charge the watch, right? So before you sleep, or if I charge it before I sleep, it might not go through the whole day tomorrow. And if I charge it in the morning, I might forget that when I get up, I might forget that I don't have time to charge it in the morning. It's kind of hard. If I charge whenever I'm out of battery, I just put it in, charge it for whatever time, and then I'll just put it on my arm for the duration, 10 days, a week, or 10 days, whatever it takes. Even a week is great. I don't need 10 to 15 days, but I do not want a watch that I would have to charge on a daily basis, and that's been doing well. The battery's been doing well. And I'm not doing any of the scientific testings. It does what I need. It's strictly for what I personally need, is just kind of keep a baseline of my health and all that stuff whenever I need it. If I'm having high anxiety, hyperventilation, I can check my my blood oxygen, see if I'm actually short of air. If my heart rate is a little bit high, or if I'm not feeling well, I can easily just maybe check to see if my heart rate is going overblown, or if I'm just not feeling well, I can check my ECG to make sure that I'm not having any kind of other conditions. I do have palpitation as well, and ECG should pick it up. And most of the time, with these ECGs, it'll pick up AFib. I don't have AFib, but I do have, like I said, palpitation. And the ECG, sometimes if I have a lot of palpitation, it should catch it, and I can send it to my doctor for evaluation. But again, do not rely on these things for the health tracking. If you're actually having a health condition, do not take your health conditions lightly by base everything on this thing. So talk to your doctor, talk to your health professional if you need something addressed. If you're not feeling well, yeah, talk to them. I don't base everything on this. It's only gonna, for me, it's just giving me a baseline. And if I really need to kind of catch something, but I still need to talk to my, my doctor about my problem. My doctor, they'll honor some of these data, but not every doctor would actually take these data. They don't like people like us using these and telling them, oh, I'm having a fast heartbeat or anything. They don't like that. They want to do their own, but that's okay. That's okay. It's something that I would keep track for my own purpose. And if I do have issues, I still have to talk to my doctor. Still have to call them and make sure that I'm okay. So anyway, that kind of summarized my video on this thing. It's been quite a long video for me. Yeah, but like I said, I'm not a reviewer. I just want to tell you, this watch, it functions the way that I want it, and it is a health, one of these health watches out there that you can use if you are kind of keep track of your own conditions. But do make sure you call your doctor for whatever health condition that you have. So anyway, thank you for watching. That's all for the video. If you like my video, please give me a like and subscribe. I have some other videos coming out soon. Thank you. Bye bye.